Hi guys, welcome to week 9. It's midterm week. So this week we will be having you guys hand in your Star Spangled Banner harmonization and then the prepared pieces. The prepared pieces do not have to be memorized this week at all. If you'd like to submit a video of you doing them from memory, then that's great. That's just more practice for the piano proficiency exam. But other than that, it should be just really straightforward, and you've known about this for a really long time. I got a chance to look through and grade some of your assignments that you had from last week. The prepared pieces and all the harmonization that I did here sounded really good. So this week, the videos are going to be really short. I want you guys just to focus on getting those really solid, especially because the prepared pieces we're going to keep until the piano proficiency exam. So what I would suggest is, as you are finalizing the prepared pieces, work on memorizing them this week if you have not memorized them already. We're going to have a little bit more of some practice tips in a video later on at the very end of this week that I'd suggest that you watch. It's just how to practice, places that you feel uncomfortable with and you realize you don't have a little bit of time, and ways to try and not to panic. I tend to panic quite a bit, so I found some strategies that really work actually and have helped calm myself down. So I'll go over those in another video. What I do want to cover today is the only thing we have left to cover in terms of scales and cadences. Last week we went over major cadences. This week I'm going to do the 1-4, 1-5, 7, and 1 cadence in minor keys. So you can consider this a brief warm-up for this. So basically we're doing the same thing as last week. We're just making 1 and 4 minor. So your 5-7 chord in each key should be exactly the same. For the minor 1, if you're going from major to minor, you're just lowering the third by a half step. Okay? Okay? And then the 4 chord is going to be different compared to whatever scale or key that you're doing. Okay, so I'm going to walk you through each of the minor cadences for this. So we're going to just start with C minor, kind of already played a little bit. Minor 1, minor 4, so same, you're going to lift up your 3rd and 5th notes and make sure that the top is on your minor note. Back to minor 1, now 5-7, same as our major key. And then back to minor 1, okay? Scoot up a half step, okay? So we're gonna do a C sharp minor now. So C sharp minor. This should be an F sharp minor chord, okay? Minor 1, 5-7, and minor 1, okay? All right, now we're gonna move up a half step to D minor. Back to minor 1, and then a regular 5-7, and 1. Scoot up a half step, E flat minor, okay? E flat minor, so minor 4, so E flat, A flat, B natural, to minor 1, our normal 5-7, and E flat minor. Scoot up a half step, E minor, minor 1, minor 4, minor 1, and then our 5-7, and back to 1. Okay? At this point, you can always stop after a specific cadence, rewind it, and practice just listening. This is kind of one of those things that the physical aspect of it is pretty easy to get down, but if you end up on one small wrong note, it's hard to tell. So listen when you're doing that. Mainly listen for chord qualities. Listen for minor, 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 then a major, and then a minor. Okay? With that, let's go to F minor. So minor 1, minor 4, F, B flat, and D flat. Back to minor 1, 5-7, and minor 1. Okay? Up a half step to F sharp minor. Minor 4, so B, or F sharp, B, and D natural. Or whoops, F sharp minor. much as like that in the middle of the cadence at the end of a scale on the piano proficiency exam, but you realize it and correct it really quickly, that is not going to faze me. It's consistently playing wrong chords that's going to dock up points. So anyways, let's go on to G minor. So minor 1, minor 4, minor 1, 5, 7, and so for the scales I have a little bit more flats in it, I'm making sure to list the 4 chord. For some reason that has, when I learned cadences, it had a little bit of a hard time sticking in my head, so I'm just listing out those notes, okay? Alright, so A flat minor. So G sharp, or A flat rather, D flat, and E natural. Back to 1, 5, 7, and back to 1. Okay, A minor, this one's pretty easy, it's almost all white notes. Minor 1, minor 4, minor 1, 5, 7, and 1. Up a half step, B flat minor, minor 1, minor 4, and then a regular 5 to 7, to 1, and then our last scale, or last cadence, B minor, minor 1, minor 4, 5, 7, and 1. Okay? Alright, so for these, what I would do when you're practicing your scales, add the cadence in afterwards. That's going to be the format that I'm going to ask you in. I'm still working on exactly how many scales I want you to play. It won't be any more than 4. And I'm still working out the format of whether you'll choose a couple and then I'll choose 2 or things like that. Basically, I want you guys to know a couple that you feel very comfortable with and then have the element of surprise, so it's kind of a 50-50 trade-off. Anyways, use that video as much as you need to just to practice checking whether you're playing the right chords in terms of cadences. You can do this orally, okay? Alright, so next couple of videos, I'm going to do a very slow playthrough of the pieces, and then also the Star Spangled Banner harmonization. Next week we will focus a little bit more just on scales and playing through those. Okay? Alright.